Okay, here are two of our outfielders throwing to warm up for practice. This is Victoria. You can see how she's just trying to be smooth, get her arm warm, but at the same time work on her mechanics of throwing. And one thing that I want you to notice is the separation of the hands and how the glove works together with the front leg. They will throw from this crane position here, which is a great place to start in your throwing mechanics. It's really good for sequencing in the body of how it all needs to flow together. And they get to that position whether they are catching a ground ball or a fly ball. So this position, she's going to hold that knee up. This is Kayla now. And as she separates those hands, that glove and front knee will go together and it will pull her forward into her throw. You can see Vic here really emphasizing getting her right side through, which is something a lot of people struggle with. It'll put a lot of strain on your throwing arm. So really work to get that throwing hip up and over the other side. They're now going to move into a crane position with a hop just to try to initiate some momentum forward to their target. It's good for the players as they're warming up their arms to begin to incorporate a drive step. As you can see, Kayla here steps behind. So the advantages of stepping behind are the players are able to get their shoulders perpendicular to their target, which is great on their arm. A lot of players struggle getting that position and they suffer shoulder and elbow pain. So that's one of the advantages of that method. And as you see Victoria here, she steps in front. And that's a little easier to create momentum towards your target, but can make it a little bit more difficult to get your shoulders to that position. So find what works best for each player. They're now working from a lunge position. They should really emphasize getting back on that back leg and trying to explode forward. And we're not looking for height, we're looking for distance, and their nose should land over their throwing foot toes. Going to simulate a catch both in the air and on the ground here as just part of their warm-up and really working to get momentum through their throw. Whenever you're doing simulated catches here, we always want to try to get at least 2 steps before the throw. So it would be for a right-hander, right, left, catch, throw, step, step, catch, throw. And you can see there they're just trying to create that fluidity and that momentum through their throw. When we're making turns here, ideally they're trying to go back in a straight line so that they don't end up back on the other side of the ball. There's underturns and overturns. Vic's doing an underturn there where they're going to show their chest to the target. You would use that turn when the ball is hit just under you or at you, where you're going to turn over the shoulder like she did there if the ball is beyond you. And you're needing to really keep your strides going. So there's 2 types of turns that depend on where the ball is hit or how hard it's hit. And now they're doing a drill that will show them having to react to the throw to decide which way to turn. And as much as possible when they're doing those, they want to keep running in a straight line as they go. In a lot of cases, instead of making a turn, they want to run out from under the ball, keep the ball on the same side they're on. It can be much easier. Instead of turning circles in the outfield, you'll see it on this third one here, how Vic really gets out from under the ball, and it saves her from having to turn. The do or die mechanics, there's 2 ways to do it. You can catch it here as Kayla's doing with your glove foot behind. You can also go glove foot in front. Both are acceptable. I think glove foot behind is a little easier for most people because it gives you an extra step and helps you put more into your throw. The other way with your glove foot in front can be fast, but it's more difficult. You've got to be really, really efficient with your exchange from glove to throwing hand. And they're just going to run through these on the ground and work on being smooth and fluid. And there's Vic trying to go with her glove foot in front to give you another look. You can see how her exchange has to be much quicker. She doesn't have as much time to get rid of the ball. On these angled do or dies here, what we're trying to do is not run back and create a sharp angle, but try to kind of pinch the ball or cut it off. When we go to our throwing side, like Victoria's doing here, she's going to really drop her glove shoulder down like she's riding a bicycle and try to step across the line of the ball and bring it back with her. And so as you see there, she's got down really low. She's lowered her left shoulder down and is going to move through there. Kayla, when we go to our glove side, is going to have to field this a little bit more like an infielder. You want to be getting your glove foot down just across the line of the ball and then bring it back with your glove. We talk a lot about making a strong glove catch that will really get their shoulders turned back towards their target, using their glove to get turned. So she's just going to step across, field it a little bit more like an infielder, and then that gets her turned back towards second base if she was a right fielder. In this scenario, Vic's going to get pulled kind of deep back in the hole on her glove side, and the best move for her to make here is going to be a spin, where she's going to kind of turn her back towards her target. That way it's more efficient than circling around the ball. They're not going to do a partner toss, and just from different distances so you can see what they look like. It's easiest most of the time to start really close together, but if you're not careful, the fielder will end up having to kind of look straight up at the ball. It'll be poor posture, and it will really break their momentum. So it's best sometimes if you can do this from a little bit farther away and make the toss with less arc. The blind drill here is simply meant to get the players to have to deal with when they have lost sight of the ball for whatever reason. Maybe they look to check the fence. There's some reason why they lost sight of the ball, and this just trains them to find it quickly and then get in position. The hesitation step drill is a drill designed to teach them to break down just enough to be able to let the ball hop and take a big bounce while still then being able to move through with momentum as they catch. So as you can see, Victoria breaks down. She's able to still be moving and then move through the catch to maintain her momentum to get the most on the throw, rather than having to plant, check up, and let the ball bounce into her.